can finally properly you.
Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday, it's the mid of the week. It is time for us to be jumping into some more good old Warframe. And first things first, right at that moment there, we had a resub from Azrael Angel Knight up on, well, 6 months in advance, in fact. Up onto 4 months of the 6th there. Would you look at that, Azrael? Thank you very much for continued support. Fat figure the message. I did notice it cuts off a little bit short there. Just slightly. I suppose I can. You can finally properly the rest of the message. I'm sure we'll find out shortly, won't we? But all the same, thank you very much for continuing support on the channel. Much appreciated there. Very, very much appreciated. So, we have recently had the news that Isleweaver is indeed coming out this month on the 25th. So that is just 2 weeks from today. To the dot, actually. So we can certainly look forward to that. It means that over the next couple of weeks we're still going to have the videos from yours truly on current content as opposed to the upcoming stuff from Isleweaver. But when that drops, you can indeed expect us to be looking into all of what we have got over there. Oh yes, but for now is more of a Nightwave focus, and Zom is apparently having a lot of caffeine today. Mountain life excitement, they say. How can I wait 2 weeks, have a wedding not far from there? Well, I'm sure you can wait, Tom. You'll find a way, I'm sure. For now, my focus is on Nightwave. So I'm currently at rank 7 with the Nightwave. The third eye augment is all the way over at 13. I don't know if I'll be able to make it there because of the dailies that I haven't done. But I can hope for the best. Hijack cruise ship, deploy a Spectre, complete mod transmutation. Those are easy, easy, easy. Completing 12 conduits in disruption, plenty fine to do. Defeat the Aura Worm and Steel Path, bit more effort. And just complete missions. Yeah, I've not done that many missions so far this week. What would you expect? It's only Wednesday. But yeah, some bits to catch up on there, and hopefully it'll then roll into some more weeklies that I can have a further look at. Hello there, Mackenzie. Welcome on in. You get present early for a change? Oh, see, is that what happens? You win a giveaway and all of a sudden you're just that much more inspired. I see what it is, Iggy, I see. Alright, let's get started with these. In fact, first things first, I can do right here, mod transmutation. Yeah. Okay, Kinsey, fair do. So, one mod transmutation, let's grab a few of these thunderbolts. Might as well go for a gold transmutation. What do we get? Is it something amazing? No. No, that is not amazing whatsoever, but it's fine. It's fine, we'll just drop that one right there. What is next on the docket? So it was deploy a Spectre, hijack a cruise ship from the enemy. I believe I can do both of those at once. That should be no problem whatsoever. I'll just go for a very quick kind of mission. Could make that nice and simple. We'll go to Railjack. Let's go for Iota Temple. Actually, wait, no. Hold on. If I do... I think it's Sova Strait. Yeah. If I do Sova Strait, there shouldn't be any boarding objectives, so it should be even quicker to achieve. Theoretically. You got back-to-back impact ephemeras? Hey. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, very nice. Assuming that's what you were looking for, yeah. As I'll say, we have descriptions of Araxia's abilities now. No numbers, but she can make little cutters. This is a domestic drone of them. Oh, fair do. I'll look into further details when it's all announced proper. Yeah, well, we can really get into the numbers and details there. Alright. There's the cruise ship that I need to get inside of. Let's just go deal with that. That I have. Let's deploy a Spectre. One that I have loads of and don't need. Charge a Spectre. That'll be fine. Now I need to hijack this, which means I need to go over here. There we go. That's done. Beautiful. Teleport out of here. We'll just leave the Spectre to do its own thing. And where's the other cruise ship? There it is. Oh, there's a couple of them. Oh, we only needed one. Ready, steady, flap. You know what? For good measure. There we go. Why not? Alright, cool. That is another 2 dailies come. New 10 coming soon. Good to know. Someone who doesn't do cosmetics. It's all good. The ability descriptions, are they on a brand new post from Warframe, I take it? I've been a slight bit out of the loop today, focused on other bits and pieces. Ah, thank you, Ahia. Okay, yeah, you've got the full deets in there. Alright, let's pop out the dojo. Let's have a very quick looky-loo at that, shall we? Might as well. Might as well. Okay, so the ensnaring hunter Orexia. As Orexia, isolate and execute weakened enemies. Use a web-slinging ability to outmaneuver the opposition and encase your prey in immobilizing webs. Seek out weakened victims to siphon them for health and energy. So she has Mercy's Kiss, leap on an enemy and pierce them with her Orexia spider legs, dealing toxin damage. Enemies defeated by this attack have a chance to drop health or energy orbs. Okay. I'm surprised it's toxin and not, you know, puncture if it's with the legs that we're piercing them with, but sure, why not? And yeah, enemies affected by attack have a chance to drop health or energy orbs. Cute. Webbed Embrace. Orexia throws a creeping web to ensnare her prey. Enemies caught within the widening radius. Widening? Curious. Are trapped inside a cocoon that increases their damage vulnerability. Okay, so crowd control and a damage enhancement. We have Widow's Brood. Orexia launches a barrage of stinging darts in front of her that applies toxin status effect. Poison enemies spawn scuttlers when killed. Okay, infestation ability. We have then the ultimate Silken Stride. Unfurl Orexia's spider legs and go on the prowl. Orexia is immune to status effects, takes reduced damage, and her ranged weapons are imbued with toxin. She's really all about that toxin. Okay. Leap to a targeted surface on a silken thread by tapping sprint, gaining stealth and bonus damage whilst latched. Okay. Leap to a targeted surface on silken thread. Is that just... yeah, just saying silken thread, it's just going to be visually how it works. Fair enough. Gaining stealth and bonus damage. So when they say stealth, is she going to be invisible, I take it? Or some other kind of pseudo-invisibility, like how Wisp has the technically invisibility, but it's more particles around her. That's something to that effect. And then Predator's Lurk. Wall latching grants Predator's Lurk, rendering Orexia invisible for an 8-second duration. Oh, so... I'm guessing that's also just referring to the passive would activate. I'm guessing, and then the bonus damage is from the ability. That's not perfectly clear. As I say, wait, what already changed? I mean, things are always subject to change, yes. Things are always subject to change. Used to say up to 1,000 health from finishes. Which bit? You just said it. I don't know where you'd see it, but wherever that it was, it is no longer there. The passive. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely not health from finishers anymore. If anything, wasn't that... yeah, I was going to say, isn't a health from finisher in a Naros thing? No, in any case, that's what we've got looking at here now. It is always subject to change during development, and as you mentioned, Zon, we don't have the numbers. But that gives us a targeting, damaging, ability, which also has a chance to generate orbs, but it's going to cost to use it, so I'm not sure on the orb generation there. We've got Webbed Embrace, which is going to be a control and damage buff ability. There is the Widow's Brood. That's going to be, again, a damaging ability. How much damage? Impossible to say at this point in time, but also spawning Scuttlers, who could be of any kind of value. We know nothing about what they could be. And then, effectively, Spider Form. Unfurl the spider legs, go on the prowl, immune to status effects, takes reduced damage, ranged weapon buff, and you got a mobility change as well to allow you to just leap to targeted surface. Going full creepy skitter mode, I guess. Arc and continuity, perhaps? I mean, there is the very obvious combination there, yeah. Toxin into corrosive, no surprise whatsoever. We'll see how that all comes together. I'll be honest, that first ability has me going, okay. Alright, we'll see how it comes together. But I'd say assume that 2 or 3 is going to be the helmet. Oh, that's a good question. I mean, the 1 could also be the helmet, which would be a bit underwhelming, given other helmets of orb generation as well already exist, but that's also kind of how it would fit in with those. The Webbed Embrace does feel very, very thematic, and so that's why I pull away from that being the helmet. And likewise with Widow's Brood, the Scuttlers feel like they should be very much an Araxia thing. So it's pretty much, I'd say, most likely Mercy's Kiss. Next, Webbed Embrace. I put Widow's Brood on the lower end. Never had a 4th Subsume? Correct, yes. 4th Subsumes just don't happen by design. Carbon copy of Citrine's 1. At current description, it sounds worse. Instead of a conal spray, which then marks all of the affected enemies for the extra orb drops, it's a leap at a single enemy, damaging them, and then, if it's defeated by the attack, causing the drops. It comes down to the numbers. If this ability is not to be dead on arrival, it has to have plenty of damage behind it. It just has to. And we'll have to see how that comes together. Darth Players say, feel like 1 and 4 are less likely because they're spider legs. Well, the 4, it can't be a helmet because it's a 4. That's just the rule. The 4th abilities are not helmet. The 1, as much as I get where you're coming from on the spider legs, they could be animated as part of the ability. So, similar to how Ivara pulls out her bow just for the quiver, and then the bow goes away again. Whereas you can then pull it out permanently with her 4th. Yeah, with her 4th. So there is some subject possibility there. Well, we'll see how it all comes together. You say, maybe thinking too simply here, but to make the 1 here proper hard, maybe % based damage? Maybe. Could be % based. Could be just serious damage scaling. Hell, they may even give it pseudo-exalted, and therefore an exalted spider leg stabby thing for modding. To be quite honest, when it comes to damaging abilities, unless they have some kind of gimmick to them, they either need an exalted or they fall off. Ambassador needs a buff for some. I mean, we haven't even seen it in action yet. There's no mention of a cooldown. There's abilities which help her get to wall latching, so we can hold off on declaring things need buffs until D actually release stuff, whereas I'm not looking at this and saying it's in need of a buff. I'm saying the very design of it means it needs to be strong in what it does, because it's so limited in where it can go with it. But yeah, this is definitely very much an ensnaring hunter. No doubt about that. We'll see how it all comes together when it is released in a couple weeks' time. Not going to dwell too long on text details of things that, well, let's face it, we can't test. By the opponent saying we can assume they haven't introduced a new mechanic with her in terms of damage calculation. I don't know how we can assume that, or what you're even meaning at that point, sorry. Yeah. Hello, Rosie. Welcome on in. Alright, don't need to go to the Arsenal, I need to go to Nightwave. Let's see then. So, it is just do missions, defeat ROM, Steel Path, and 12 Conduits Disruption. I'm going to start with the Disruption. Let's start with the Disruption. Let's go for... what build am I on at the moment? Now, let's go for a weapon maxing build. Let's re-equip a missing Arcane... What Arcane did I have on there before? I think I took off Pistolia, but I don't want Pistolia right now. I'm going to be lazy and put on Avenger. It works. I'm going to swap out Compressor because... what? Actually, you know what? No, let's keep Compressor. Let's give it a try, actually, for this. We'll use the Innovate setup. Why not? Keep Worm, but without equipping the bits and pieces to it. In fact, let's swap Worm over to Crit Support. Should be fine. Yeah, swap over to Crit Support and equip an appropriate crit weapon, which I think is a Vocal Lock for this. Yep. There we go. We'll see, Half Plagius, we'll see. I get that you're concerned for it, but again, it's very much a we'll see. Until someone has their hands on actual gameplay footage, and by actual gameplay footage, I really mean not from devs, to be quite honest. Actual gameplay footage, until we see that, zero judgment. Okay, yeah, honestly, I'm not going to overthink this. It's just disruption. It's just disruption. In terms of how much things are up in the air, don't forget that people are pointing out the details already changed since it was posted. So, yeah. Rosie asking, have I got any good advice when you end-to-end game grind where you completed most of the game and collected a lot, don't want to burn out by the grind? I mean, the first question comes as to what are you grinding for? Are you grinding for something you want, or something you need, or something you feel you should get for completion's sake? Yeah, what part of the grind are you looking for advice on? Is that orange juice in his shoulders? No, I wouldn't call that orange juice. Don't recall having orange juice looking quite so fiery.
This isn't your regular vault job. Allied B sold the conduits with interference routines specifically.
Well, these guys died a little bit too easily for me to charge up that. There we go. Thank you for the key straight away. Seeing it's right here, might as well plug it in as well. Let's go with heat infusion.
Right. Find a matching conduit. Demo unit coming in fast. That thing blows and you can.
Where's the Xmas? There they are. And bubble. I am the one with the bubbles here. Actually, it's definitely going to want toxin damage shards. Not a definite on that. It's not a definite. There we go, one down. The reason I say it's not a definite is we don't know if that toxin damage is actually going to be enough, or if we'll just want to go a different direction entirely.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
Hello, Ray. Hope you're doing well. Head over here, grab the Demolisher. Where are you at? There they are. And they're done. You're curious how the toxic damage on weapons will apply? I mean, it'll be a independent bonus, just like with most other elemental buffs. I doubt they'll go a Toxic Lasher route, because of the amount of crazy damage scaling that seems to cause in a lot of places. Would I consider doing a video on different damage boosters, how they work / differ? Raw Eclipse, Zarta's Breach Surge, and others. I could do at some point. You have to be right. I could do something on that side. Especially considering that the Breach Surge is itself not exactly a damage booster. I get that it can be used to deal more damage, but at that point, I'd be naming a lot of abilities, wouldn't I? But yeah, it's something I can keep in mind. There we go, another one down. It's not the most powerful weapon, this, but it can get the job done, at least on this level.
Don't let them near the conduit.
Oh, Ladybug, asking for DE to do things consistently. Why would you curse us like that? Everyone knows that's not going to happen. Everybody knows that is just how it goes. Alright, currently only got a 10% crit bonus here, so let's do a couple soft taps and then spam it to get the larger taps. Although, him ruining my fire rate there completely fucked that up. Ah well.
Taking squared away. Right, same again?
So I need the educational video. Fair enough. Yeah, Breach Surge is a damage reapplicator, for lack of better term, I suppose. It's a bit of an odd ability in that regard. You damage an affected and blinded enemy, and it has a chance on hit or guarantee on kill to send out a spark which moderately targets other enemies nearby, and has a damage multiplier and turns the damage into radiation. And can be affected by other things, like I think Nourish affects it, which it just starts to get weirder and weirder. All buffs applied. Let's see, what am I on at the moment? Let's do one tap there, bring it up to 120. I might get away with doing another tap. Ah, shit, it reset. Let's just spam it. That'll do. I was trying to go for maximum crit there, but I screwed it up. I don't think Breach Surge specifically attempts to go for headshots, rather the spark launches upwards at first, and then homes in on enemies, which means that their head is kind of in the ideal position. Let's see, about 240% crit bonus at the moment. So that should do quite nicely against the next Demolisher. Let's see if I can go find them. Are they out this way? No beepy beepy. Maybe they're out this way. Oh, over that one. They just spawn a bit of a distance away. Excuse me. Alright, didn't get nullified. Slamming the hits. And the heat's gonna cook them. That's got it. Got a 190% bonus, but no key, so I might as well just use it. There's a key. Don't tell me it's stuck on there. How does that even happen? Huh? What? Wait. Oh, I grabbed it. That works. Alright, hi there, Torment. I wasn't even thinking about you, but... well then. That worked. Tier 4 crits against the Acolyte, don't mind if I do. Got another key available, but it's not in this room, so I'll just hold off on it for a sec. Crits at 310%. That'll do nicely. Re-up both of these buffs. Where are you? There you are. Let's get a bit closer. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Just to swarm it with nothing but second tier red crits. That bypasses a lot of damage attenuation. Let's see, I'm at 110%. That might be a bit too much. Yeah, it was too much. Okay, back at 0. That's good. I can reset quite nicely from there. Let's use you for it. 250%. That'll do. %250 bonus should carve through the next target quite nicely. They're coming from back that way. Over here. Got all buffs set and ready. Where are you at? And that does the trick. That was a 1.5 million damage heat proc, if I saw that correctly. Hold on, I'm gonna check that one out after this, if I remember. It's 1.5 million damage. That is a bit of work right there, especially against the Demolisher.
Signal returns. Dig in.
Hey, J-Rocker, I'm glad that worked out for you. The Stalker Spectre saving a stuck enemy mission. Love it. I mean, I hate that you needed to use it, but I love that it worked out for you. %320 bonus. I actually don't want to use my secondary right now. I want to find a key without using it, because that's a chonky bonus. I'll just use this to kill for a bit. There's a key. Gib. Yoink. Optimization be damned, I've got a 320% crit bonus. I want to use it. Coming again from over this side.
Interference routines. Demo units 2.
Looks like it's about to come down the stairs. There it is. Oh, only a 300k proc this time. Damn. There we go. I'm on a 60% bonus. That's going to get popped a little too easily. Let's do that. Resets it down nice and low. And then, so long as these enemies are tough enough... Ah, damn, did that wrong. Oh well. Try to sneakily push it up higher. In fact, you know what? I might as well drop this key. Grab the white one because it's in this room. Then I'll keep all the enemies in this area, and I'll get the next bit of the mission done quicker.
Demo units looking to depart this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear.
Okay, got 0% bonus at the moment, which is perfect. Let's take the opportunity then to go like that. 260%, that'll do. Damn, most of those shots didn't hit it. Must have been aiming the wrong direction. Oh well, it still got the kill, just not as fancy. Let's grab this key, pop it in as well. On a 170 bonus at the moment, not the best. But it'll also be a little bit annoying to reset, so let's just apply it.
Greed makes a person sloppy, hotshot. Remember that. Enjoy the boost.
Yeah, so blast damage is not buffed by those abilities, Kermos. Gas is buffed from Valence Formation, but not blast. There we go, got the kill there. And I think there was already a key ready and waiting for me back this way. Let's spam some of these shots, get a reset. 10%, that's a good reset point. 350% bonus now. Excellent. Just where I want it to be. Although I think I might want to be using it on the Acolyte instead. Yeah. Alright, let's do a Misery properly. Where are you at, Misery? Show your miserable face. There you are. Yeah, it turns out that was the right crit bonus. That tore through it.
Demo unit incoming.
I haven't seen that enemy before. Or if I have, I've just killed him too quick for it to matter. Where's it coming from? Probably over this way. Yep, it's over this way. I've got a 100% crit buff. That's not a lot to work with. Fire a single shot over there. 180%, that's better. That was worth a gamble. Oh, that's not the target. God damn it. Back down to 10%. That's not what I want. No. 190%. There we go. Another 1 million damage proc. And done with the Nightwave disruption.
Getting a little hot. Gloves are coming off. Got another round in ya?
I'm specifically using, or throughout this mission, I've been specifically using the secondary Innovate feature on Compressor here, where you can basically time it correctly to stack up a crit bonus for a VIP target. And considering that most VIPs are weak to crits, that's brilliant. Just slams through them. Is a compressor vid coming? Yes. I've got about 85% of it done. So it should be out tomorrow. I had hoped to have it out either today or yesterday, but, well, there was a lot more to dig through than I thought. Even with the testing I'd already done on stream, there was still details to figure out. This gun is weird. It's just weird. Not to mention, like, 5 things about it are just wrong. If I recall correctly, the fall off is wrong, the fall off is incorrectly labeled, the status chance is wrong, the noise of it is wrong, and the AoE being fixed is wrong. So it's 5 details on it incorrect, just looking at the arsenal. What's actually right? So the AoE base damage is indeed 46 on the Compressor Prime. Which you can see there, yep, 46. And it does indeed have a innate multi-shot of 4. The embed delay is indeed 0.6 to 0.8. The crit chance appears to be correct. The crit damage definitely works. It does apply viral. It's not somehow applying Lariv damage. So a lot of it is correct. It's just it's got a lot incorrect. And then there's also that hidden feature working with your already surging blades, which not only is completely hidden, nothing anywhere seems to explain that that should even exist, but it also doesn't do anything worthwhile. It's just... it's an Easter egg. But yeah, I will be covering the power of the Compressor Prime and how you can build it 3 different ways for 3 different tiers of output. What's up with the status chance? So it says on the radial attack here 36%, and it's not 36%, it's 120%. Yeah, I measured it multiple times over, including using status bonuses to check just how off my rock rover was, and it's definitely 120%. Within reasonable error margins, it's 120%. And what's weirder still is that the compressor normal also has the same, which indicates that if this one had been correctly transferred over, it should have actually been 144% instead of 120%. Which is fun. What's the Easter egg? So Eurali's Surging Blades augment allows it to continuously throw out blades by recasting Aqua Blades whilst it's active. And if you throw an Aqua Blade into a compressor shot, then the compressor shot absorbs the blade, and rather than exploding and vanishing, the bubble expands and hovers, holding the blade in it. This allows it to continuously apply slash damage to enemies that walk into the bubble. Unfortunately, the bubble is about this big,
I like your funny words, Magic
which isn't
Man.
great. Yo, Bowser of the VSX Variety, thank you very much for resubscribing there up onto 21 months. All in a row, no less. Thank you very much for continued support here. Really do appreciate it. That is weird. It is very weird, yeah. You get this damaging bubble that isn't very clear that that's what's even happening in the first place, and it only damages when enemies come into contact with the bubble, which, again, because it's only, like, yay big, they need to be really hapless to walk into it, on top of you using Compressor and Surging Blades together. It's just... it ain't it. Because even with the damage hovering there, Surging Blades is already doing plenty of damage by just throwing out the blades. If you're on Merlina, you're throwing them out for free. I don't really see where the synergy is at. I suppose you could use a really tight grouping ability like Lava, but now you've got to be on Eurali because you're using Lava and Aqua Blades. And you can't cast that whilst on Merlina, so you're using Loyal Merlina. It starts to get ridiculous. It's an interesting interaction, it's just for both power and cool factor, neither of them are there. And that's why I'm just like, it's an Easter egg. Hey, Shocked on Ribbon, thank you very much. And we've recovered catch 3 rare fish in the plains of Eidolon. Well then. It's a shame it doesn't say just catch 3 fish, because maybe I could have gone fishing whilst getting the Aura Worm, but I'll just go do that first. 3 rare fish coming up. Let's grab Ivara. There we are. Wouldn't use the 4th instead of Lava. Fair point, you could use the 4th to group the enemies. So you'd need to... yeah, you'd still need to have them tightly grouped on top of the bubble, which, you're right, it's possible to do that. That's an expensive setup though, because usually you want to be dropping efficiency for maximum power, to be using Aqua Blades, and you're still using the compressor to try and scoop them up. It's just... I'll be quite honest with you, Goomba, it's still just not there. When you could just kill them. To be quite honest, you could just kill them. It's a faff. It's a faff. Compressor explodes. Aqua Blades is full body punch through. You scoop them up, you just kill them anyway. Also form a CC, death, very much so, yeah. As like, if you have to CC them into a specific spot to try and make use of a mediocre combo, when the things that set up that combo actually just do enough work on their own, it just doesn't get anywhere. It really doesn't. Alright, let's grab all that. Let's go fishing. One Plains of Eidolon. Now, I have tested Compressor over in both EDA and ETA, which is a little bit frustrating to get to, but yeah. It's a little frustrating to set up those tests. Especially as I can't pick the mission types, I always have to go through the same first one, and if I want to test against the second one or third one, time and process. But seeing as more and more people are like, yeah, screw the rest of the game, that's the only thing that's difficult and interesting, that's what I've tested against. Hey, Rooney, don't you be ragging on Ivara there. I've used it for plenty of activities. It's just, DE aren't adding a lot of stealth to the game at the moment. Doesn't look like my favourite fishing spots here today. Not sure how some of those shots missed, but okay. I hear ya. I remove ya. Oh, I think the pilot survived, damn it. Pilot definitely survived, I see them on the radar. Alright, well. Not much I can do about that. Let's grab the fishing rod, switch to the appropriate one. Throw down the bait. Throw down that. And he's definitely got a death wish, hasn't he? More pilots, alright. There we go. Back to fishing. No, I missed the first Mercury. This is terrible. I'm going to spend hours getting to level cap to test every weapon. There are some people that would demand that. There are some people that would demand that, especially given that weapons and just Warframe in general isn't balanced for level cap. And I think, didn't DE say that the majority of people don't even play Steel Path, let alone level cap? But I still have to scale up the power of the guides. There are also plenty of people that claim that the builds that I put out for XYZ weapon or Warframe are quote-unquote bad, and they clearly can find better on a Discord. I do wonder what they're on about, because every single time I see such a post, I never then see a build with it. Never. Why is this not catching, though? I will admit this is not the right time to have a skill issue, but there we are. But yeah, never seen a build with it. It's just complaints of Kengineer bad. I'm building for the highest tier content that the game's balanced for. I don't go to level cap because it's level cap. I don't care. So, what's wrong with the builds? They're working. I'm not putting out videos going, hey guys, use this, and then immediately closing the video and deleting the build. I just don't get it. Haters be haters. If they could give a proper answer, I'd be down to listen. Which is what I hear, it seems some do. And the thing is that I can't even respond to it because it's just hate. Yeah. I wish I could help. But some people just... Yeah. It's not even elitism, Solomon. That's the thing, it's not elitism. Elitism, they would be showing off how they are better. Whether rightly or wrongly. And I don't even see that. It's just select individuals that go, oh, a YouTuber build? Yeah, they're bad. Speaking of bad, where the fuck are my fish? That was my last Mercury bait. Oh, this is frustrating. And that was even more frustrating, not gonna lie. Alright, let me through. I'm gonna go get some more bait. What's growing today? Nightwave. Exclamation mark goal. Jolly level cap players know enough to make their own builds. I mean, on the one hand you'd think so, Rudy, but on the other hand, I don't mind people looking for high level builds. Or even just trying to compare their builds against what other people are putting out. It's just a bit frustrating when I see some people mouthing off. I'm like, okay, what can I do that will be better? Show me better. But there isn't the show. There is probably better. I'm not going to claim that I'm perfect, far from it. I build things for a more casual approach. But I want to see that better so I can assess the better. And I'm usually not given that. Oh, it's standing. Damn it, I spent it all. Oh, I can just trade in the fish I just caught. Oh wait, no, not cut. Ooh, I nearly screwed that up. Provide. There we go. Now I can afford the bait. I mean, how much can I afford max? 55? That might be a bit excessive. Let's just go with 20. And whilst we're at it, no, let's not grab Luminous Dye. Whilst we're at it, let's be an actual gamer about this and equip the correct thing. There we go.
You see and are seen.
There we are. Get that set up, ready to go. On location. Nothing warping in this time on me. God damn it. How is it already shooting? Also heard a second one. Oh, it's a shit. There we are. Okay. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more unmolested now. Hopes. One Mercury bait. One Lanzo spear. Invis acquired. Show me the fish. No, I'm not using Volt for guaranteed one-shot because I like having my invis. That's all. Besides, I've got the correct spear to one-shot the fish I'm looking for. It's just the Tralloc that I need to switch spear for, and I don't need to be catching Tralloc right now. I am looking for Mercury. There we go. One more Mercury and I'm out of here. I missed. There it is. Son of a... How did that miss? And it's just going to go out to sea. Okay, well, fair enough. Oh, wait, it's coming back. It's coming... Is it? Is it coming back? Oh. Alright. Yeah, I didn't forget the die. I specifically switched to Oxalis to die it for me. That's why you didn't see me deploy the die. At this angle, that does not look like a Tralloc, but it is. There we go, right then. Could have been a bit cleaner, but we got there in the end. And then with the door open, I can just go swoop straight in. Just a little bit faster. Job's a good one. Alright then, let's leave Cetus and see what is next on the docket, as Gonzo would refer to it. Okie dokie. 3 scans for Cephalon Samaris, if you insist. Let's just grab some bits out of the way first. There we are. Alright then, so, Sibby boy, what you got for me?
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
Oh, I know. Where would the sanctuary be? So go on. Give me a nice 3-target run. 4 targets, that works. Alright then, we're looking for Seekers. Let's bring up the good old Steam guide. Seeker, 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 seekers. There we go. Seekers can be found on E Prime Exterminate or Ceres Lex Capture. Let's do the Ceres Lex Capture, that'll be faster.
Good. Even while others are blinded by petty morality.
Yes, 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 yes.
You recognize the virtue of the sanctuary.
There we go. Alright then. Do I think they'll add another use for focus? I mean, they extended the store, or rather they created the store, so that was the extension, and I don't see them adding another use for that in the very near future, no. If you've maxed out the focus tree and bought everything in the shop, the Represent Focus School shop, that is done. You've done it. Well done. You got your posters? You're there. Alright, let's do some good old Scannerinos. If I grab myself a Wukong for this one, let's go with Burston. Why not? And let's switch this over now back to good old Worm. You can see them adding loot boxes focus. Well, I didn't expect them to add a 50,000 credit Barrow loot box, so anything's possible. Anything is possible. Alright. Let's see if we can get this picked up nice and quick. 4 scans from here. And there's no point me leaving it after 3 scans, because I don't want just that last one floating around. Yeah, Ladybug, so with Isleweaver, Barrow's goodies will now include a 50,000 credit loot box, basically. It's a random item from a specified drop table. Because it's 50,000 credits, it's basically everyone can get it. It's pretty much a, hey guys, can you please come visit Barrow? I know that he's got a lot of crap most of the time, and you guys have played the game a lot, but here's something for everyone. Yeah. That's how it comes across.
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity. Find them.
Mm-hmm. I'm finding them, Lotus, don't you worry.
Target located. Bring them in.
Yep.
Stay
Got him.
focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Please do not shoot me. I am mortal. Ha! Just kidding. Immortal.
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done. You are surrounded by Grenier Marines.
I think it's this way. You defend me. Yeah, I see the marker. There we go. Yeah, lost track of the marker. I have completely lost track of the marker. What the hell? I didn't go that far. How did I lost track of it? Yeah, so it is pushing through this way. Does it go left and I just couldn't see it?
That's it.
Ah, there we go.
Perfect specimen. Trap it so you can synthesize
Hey
it
mate,
for me.
stop running away. We just want to be friends. Friends? Yeah, let's be friends.
I have it. Thank you.
One down, 3 to go.
And enlightenment will follow.
Doing it a little bit risky having basically no tank, but I'll be fine.
Very good.
No doubt. Yeah, don't worry, Ladybug. They've been drip feeding details about Isleweaver, so they're just kind of throwing bits out here or there, and the Barrow one just kind of came out of left field. They just went, hey guys, when Barrow comes from Isleweaver, he's going to have a new 50k credit random item. Like, oh, okay. What? Why? When? How? What? Relix, no idea, honestly. No idea. Does Wukong keep his forward momentum after leaving his cloud? Yes. So if you're in the air, you can use that to just kind of keep going. And I will time it sometimes if I'm going a long distance to make sure I have a little bit of upward momentum. So when he comes out the cloud, he's going upwards arcs, and I recast the cloud, and I don't actually hit the ground, so I don't lose any speed during the entire movement.
Weapons make music, and the
What's the price for the raffle? Exclamation mark raffle.
song.
10-0.
Is this a permanent barrier change? By the sounds of it, yes.
Use the synthesis scan.
So it's kind of like how you've got your daily logins. This will be a fortnightly go visit Barrow now.
Target
That is
located.
functionally
Bring
what it
them in.
is. Just a fortnightly do this check. Nothing more special than that. Ah, I got smacked. Ah, I got smacked again, but I'm invisible.
We'll interrogate the captain
That's fine.
back at base. Your part is done here, Tenno.
Oh, sweet. Hi there.
I'm detecting
I'm
a
invisible.
large security force heading your way. It's the Grenier.
This is really convenient invisibility. He has no idea what is happening. Idiot.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Ah, Wukong for the win.
That's it. It will be a perfect specimen. Trap it so you can synthesize it for me. An
Hold on.
excellent specimen, Hunter. This will advance Sanctuary's goal of
Did I hear
preservation.
something? Or was it just... Might have just been the music, but I'm going to check.
Prepare for incoming support.
Did I start with loads of energy? Yes. Nope, I didn't hear anything. Alright.
Very good.
Yeah, bunny hopping with Wukong can also help maintain the speed. It's just you don't want to hit the ground hard or come to a full stop on it, that's all. Alright, let's go again. Now this is the Wukong loadout that I've used for a while as just kind of a spy mission speedrunner. It's very, very light on the tank. Basically the tank is his passive and rolling guard. But it says it's got all of the energy just to immediately go straight into speeding along.
Synthesis target. Use the synthesis scanner to track the creature.
Target located. Bring them in. Success. The captain
Move
is
a little
safe
bit this
in our
way.
hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
Start scanning. No vision. Let's move up a bit. Alright, no sign of it, which means it's backwards. That is moving this way? That is definitely moving this way, yeah. Okay.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Hold on, don't see it. This way still. Was it right at the start?
There it is. Right for
No, we're in a side room. Okay.
Tame this
Hi, Mike.
creature so you may perform
Please don't
the
shoot me.
synthesis I require.
Please do not the shooting. Bro, sit still though. Ah, I should have brought a cold weapon. Does sprint speed also boost the movement speed? I think it's movement and not sprint that affects him here, but I honestly cannot remember for certain on that. Still, as you can see, this is plenty quick as it is, so just build as is works fine. Hold on. I don't need these, but I want them. Ah, spotted that one.
Heads up. A Grineer
Yeah, you see that little bunny hop there? Apparently I do also just automatically do that these days.
So you conquer yourself.
Yeah, I am using preparation. Let me show you the build on this real quick. And you're right, I can use Molt to speed it up even further, but I've just not found it necessary, to be quite honest with you. So this is more of an all-rounder. And it's got the damage bonus if needs be. But yeah, it's mostly just give all of the duration plus, preparation, and prime flow. So I've got loads of energy to start. Energy Nexus is on here. So I've got a constant energy income, Arcane Energize if I pick up the energy orbs, which means that I basically just can't run out of energy. It's 25 per cast and a 5.56 second duration. If you use it at full duration for long distance travel, that's less than 5 energy per second, so Energy Nexus covers a lot of that already. But still, even at start, 555 energy, 25 per cast, that is 22 casts of Cloud Walker on starting energy, which would get you about 2 minutes of travel. 2 whole minutes of travel on just that energy there. So yeah, absolutely works. It is equipped with a variety of shards as well. I think I was testing these for different reasons. Max energy field on spawn along with preparation. What was I testing that needed that? Okay, yeah. I think that might have been shards for a... Yeah, that was shards for this build. That's what that was. So, Raffle Advanced Primal Fury approach. How do you know if they win the raffle? So the way the raffle works is that the winner is drawn at the end of the stream. It'll be announced over on Discord in the giveaway winners channel, and it's also obviously announced here on the stream as they win, and I send the message on Twitch as a direct message to the winner. That person must respond to the Twitch message within 24 hours, or if they can't send a message on Twitch because it requires phone numbers for some people, then instead they need to send an email with the code that is in that Twitch message. So Basically, either be here at the end of stream or check on Discord and your Twitch DMs within 24 hours of the stream ending. Preferably just check Twitch, you know. Might as well. Alright, I didn't switch the build, did I? Nope, cool. Good for one more run then. Let's finish off the Samaras task, turn it in, and see what's next on the Nightwave docket. And this is also gaining me a whole chunk of Samaras standing, which is very nice to pick up.
Your enemies have grown fierce.
That way?
Use all that you have learned.
There we are. It took a moment from the spawn in, but yes, that way.
The synthesis
Yo.
scanner is detecting a potential target. Use it. Search for traces of the target.
You found a target.
Oh shit, is that?
Quickly before they escape.
Wrong target, Lotus.
Right for synthesis.
Jeez, got a load of people around
So
him.
you may perform the synthesis I require.
I can get the capture target later. This guy's more important. Got him. Alright, now for the other target.
Capture target has vital information that we will need to
Oh, was this guy just not running for his life?
brought back alive.
That was a mistake.
You are always reliable, Hunter. Come receive what is owed to you.
And we're out of here.
Success. The captive is safely in our
That was
hands.
really easy run.
Congratulations, Tenno.
Yeah, Steel Path self-scans do give a lot of Samara standing as well, but that wasn't my main goal here today.
Watch yourself. Rainier are on the way.
Very easy.
You exist to strike.
Capture mission and a synthesis target in less than 1 minute 15? That's fast. That is undeniably fast. Alright then, let's head on down to Simi.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized would cry out in thanks.
It comes to something when I could probably do an entire YouTube short of just that mission. That's how quick it was. I won't, because it'd be a crap short, but it'd fit.
You find thrill in the hunt. Come back later for a new target.
Yay! 10,000 extra standing. Also, fun fact, that doesn't use the daily standing. Some people believe it does. It doesn't.
Knowledge is the
Do I have enough to pick up something? Oh, I could grab another looter mod. How much are those going for these days, anyway? Looter. Yeah, down to 50 plat. I think that's how it was for a long time, so... Yeah, definitely plat there if someone wants to make it that way. I, however, shall save it for a companion weapon riven mod. Give myself another roll at that. One day I'll get a Verglass riven. One of these days.
your kind to hunt again.
Okay, so with the Samara scans done, that should mean I've got another Nightwave challenge ready to go. Oh, and there's the rank up. It has recovered 4 Halls of Ascension on Lure. Okie dokie. That should be quick enough to do. But to do it as effectively as possible, let's grab Lavos on my standard build. And the rest of the loadout should be fine as is. Yep. No further changes needed. Head on in. If we go to Lure, let's see. There is the Lure capture. Allows me to blitz through and then otherwise just look around for the halls. That should work. Should.
Your enemies have grown fierce. Use all that you have learned.
Didn't expect such a immediate turn needed. Oh, sod it. I'm trying to be fancy. Game does not approve of fancy.
You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Hey, where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Hey, just want to talk. Oh. Well, we're still talking.
Scans indicate our target is in the vicinity.
Alright, now I don't think this counts as a Hall of Ascension, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Captive back at base. Your part is
There's
done.
right,
Tenno.
left, mid left, Mid right. Far left. Right. Left. Mid left. Mid right. Far left. Let's find out. Music happens. Container arrives. And so does a wild Liam. Yo, Liam. Thank you very much for raiding on in here. I hope you've had yourself a wonderful stream. Much appreciate if you bring your community over here as well. We are discovering that this is apparently not a Lure Hall of Ascension. I didn't think it was, but now I've verified it. But I got an Octavia chassis, no former. Hope you've had yourself a wonderful time. Yeah, no former. Sag.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Zom, you want to be using the slash command, not the bot command. Just FYI. That way it actually puts the bit at the top. It's alright, it feels like it should be an exclamation mark command, but that's because Twitch for the longest time didn't actually have a shout out feature, which is silly. Yeah. Great to see the new Warframe abilities? Yeah, had a look through the details on the website ourselves. Looks like it'll be interesting. The devil is going to be in the details, especially on that first ability, but it could be interesting. I skipped a hall. Oh, bollocks, I did, didn't I? I was too busy talking. You're right. Shit, where was I? I was out this way, wasn't I? Yep. Yep. No, not this. Yeah, it's the stealth one, isn't it? Alright. Activates it. Bullet jump across, get there nice and quick. Job's a good one. They updated the info on the site because descriptions are wrong. So it looks like I looked at the updated ones. Because people were talking about how the passive is completely different from what it was. And to be honest, it sounded like the original passive was basically just analysis.
Heavy robotic signature detected. Lock and load.
That's it. Yeah, that's the stealth Hall of Ascension. You activate it and then just go across it so quickly that none of the lasers catch you in time. Just gotta watch out for the one through the door. Alternatively, you can be really, really cheeky. Put your Warframe on the finish, go to Operator, and Operator moves and activates the start. When you hit the start, your Warframe will then activate the end straight away. You auto-succeed. So yeah. Self-drift can be cheesed. Understandable, Liam. Understandable. You have yourself a good one. Go do your dad stuff. And again, thank you very much for the raid. Much appreciated. For everyone who's sticking around with us, we are in the midst of doing some Lure Halls of Ascension, getting Nightwave catch-up, because I've been slacking. Want to catch up and see if I can reach that. Excuse me, a Thodai augment.
Each enemy is more powerful than before. Only with true mastery of the
Liam.
Tenno arsenal will you succeed.
Okay, very dark area. I didn't make that one.
Target
Surprise!
completed. Bring them in.
You not dead yet? There we go. Got the wrong damage type, haven't I?
Vital information that we will need to extract. We need our subject brought back alive.
Fucking say there's no cheese, okay? Cheese is elitist mindset. Out to make you have a harder time of getting your loot. Work smart, do not work hard, okay? Path of least resistance, all that matters. Remember that, there's no cheese, you get it done or you don't. That's a lot of words to say you don't understand what I mean by cheese. Not gonna lie. Sorry, mate. It's a copy pasta? Oh, I see. It's a bad joke. Right, okay. I'm not familiar with every internet meme out there, and that one definitely missed me. Don't take it seriously? Okay. Alright, you said it's a copy pasta. Jeez. Alright. Honestly, I've had weirder comments. Everyone's copy pasta is another person's legitimate opinion at this point. It is impossible to keep track of just how daft some people can be. Genuinely impossible. Come on, I've had someone unironically tell me that they felt like Lavos and Inaros were basically the same Warframe. And they asked me, seriously, what can Lavos do that Inaros can't? This was pre-Inaros rework. I want to be very clear about that. Pre-Inaros rework, someone was asking me that. Number one, have shields. I mean, that's just a start of it, but that wasn't an acceptable answer in itself to them either. Like I say, weird opinions abound. Alright. Shoot. Baited. Oh yeah. And last shot. There we go. Third time's a charm.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh, Lotus. No one cares about the heavy units. It's us. We're the heavy units. We're fine. I never like that those nullify and knock you down. Especially as someone who's running a I can't be knocked down frame. It just feels especially weird. We end up re-arriving back with the enemies with our abilities turned off and knocked down. It's like, why are we getting punished for completing the test? Anyway, that's another Hall of Ascension. I screwed up that jump. How did I end up in there? Alright, whatever.
As you conquer the foe, so you conquer yourself.
Ta-da! Get over here. Alright, repeat the mission. Give us another. I'd like to see the power drift one. The speed drift. Not power drift, speed drift one. Because I feel like the speed drift is really hard to come by.
Target located. Bring them in.
Oh, is it another cunning drift one? It's another cunning drift. Alright. I suppose.
Success. The captain is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
Alright, let's get this started then. Pop, pop. Get the recharge of the ult. Isn't it possible for more than one spawn? It is possible for more than one spawn. Oh yeah, I need to start it. My bad. Hi, shoot at me. There we go. I don't think I've seen more than 2 Halls of Ascension in a typical mission, but it's possible. I'm sure you could get 3 if the game was really nice to you. Shooty shooty. Got it. Just leaping all over the place here, apparently. And there we go. All the enemies are starting to fight each other because of the radiation zones.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
And this should be the last one. Mistimed it. Mistimed it. Come on. There we go. Yeah, the capture tiles are short, so getting lots of lots of pulls is less likely. I think mobile defense is the most reliable for multi ones because of the way that it's all set up. In mobile defense, you don't have the same awkwardness of spawns that Exterminate does, but I just really don't like mobile defense missions. Yes! Ah, there we go. Okay. Alright. Ask and ye shall receive. Here we go. Get me through, get me through, get me through. No! Nailed it. And then the other one. Nope, no, shoot. Nope, nope, fuck. Come on. Ah. Gotta do that one again. Doesn't count if you screw it up, I think. There we go. There we go. Alright then. It's an easy room to identify once you know what you're looking for, but it normally just looks like just a weird middle room like this. And you'll mostly just kind of speed through it. You know, if you think you're just traveling through, it's like, yeah, there's just some stuff, some lasery bobs and whatnot, let me just get out of here. And you won't see the pillar because the pillar isn't there at the time. You've just got, for all intents and purposes, just a room to speed through. But there is that challenge hidden around it. It's also that the pressure plates don't instantly activate. There is a timer on them. And that throws off people sometimes too.
Walkers incoming.
Walker's got nothing on bullet jumpy roly polies. Yeah, speed drift. How much is that one these days? I've gone to the wrong website. Speed drift is still 10 plat. Nice. Very, very nice. Onboard saying, Ken, our actual website got updated. Did it get updated since I looked at it on stream, or just updated in general? Huzzah! We got a glyph. Alright then. I guess I completed that other mission as well. Kill 500 enemies with an arch gun. Okay. I should be good to just use my Mortalon and Steel Path, I presume, and Lavos to help out there. That should do the trick. Let's just see. Yep, it is corrosive setup as well. Don't see a reason this wouldn't work. Alright, for those of you who have ears, I'm sorry. Needs must. Let's take it to the lower level one just so they'll be easier to kill. You conjunction survival? Fair do. I'm going to do this, just then I only have to focus on heat corrosive to just tear through the armor nice and quick.
Accept your death, and you may yet avoid it.
Don't think Venet's formation buffs the arch gun, but I'm willing to find out.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Hey guys. Oh, that was a chunky sound. Oh, the kill sound on that was beautiful. Ah. Okay. Stalker ruined that one. That would have been a godly one, but Stalker had to go all creepy on me. Guys, Archguns need a buff. They can't kill things.
Prepare for life support.
Nah, I'm only using on low-level steel path. Who cares about that, I suppose. You vulnerable yet? Thanks. Nope, no arcanes on my Archgun.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
The reason that Lavos is so great here is that he completely skips over the whole Archguns of limited ammo thing. Because all of these can give me ammo. Oh, it's just a beautiful obliteration. We got some life support in here? Yeah, we have. Give me that. I've got the shards for complete armor removal as well. So when I apply that whole bunch of corrosive rocks, they are really easy to kill. No, my companion! I'll be back in a moment. There it is.
I've delivered another life support capsule.
Just the whole group fall over as one. It's beautiful. How am I doing on the kills? 342? Get in there. No doubt a few enemies have died to abilities somehow. Not many, but a few. Yeah, you only get one ticket, Miles. You've got your ticket. When it says fail to enter, it's because you already grabbed your ticket. I wish I could change that bot message to be clearer, though. $100 more enemies to go. It's just so satisfying. I wonder how the Acolyte's gonna fare. We'll find out very shortly. I mean, it's Misery. Misery doesn't count. Misery just straight up doesn't count. Now, apparently I'm running out of life support, despite having over 100 kills per minute. Not sure what's causing it now. Never mind, found it. It just didn't want to show me it was 5 feet away in the next room. Sure. Thanks, UI. There we are. Got all my kills before even getting to 5 minutes in the mission.
Just made their first discovery. Keep up the good work. When you need it, extraction is ready.
Let's get out. Put that away so I can bullet jump and aim glide better. And there we are.
They fought well. Good dance, all.
There we are. Alrighty. As far as Nightwaves go, I think that's a pretty fast way of completing that one. Like, there may be faster options out there, but there's not going to be many of them. That's just effective. And we got multiple recover tasks. Okay, complete a run of Deep Archimedia or Temple Archimedia. Okay. And complete 3 different bounties on the Plains of Eidolon. Okay, there are a reason I hadn't done these previously. I mean, this one should have already been counted, but God knows what week I must have skipped then. Alright. Let's see what I can throw my head through. Preferably not a plate glass window, but let's see what the game gives me. It doesn't require me to activate much in the way of the challenges, so I can just scoot through it. Do I do EDA and ETA every week? Usually no. More often I forget them. Because to be honest, they're just a lot of hassle. Let's see. Lankatanora Router? Crap. Ekbolter, Xani Lex. I can use Lex. Jewel Raza Gazal Machete.
We shall not return until the experiments are secured.
Energy exhaustion, constricted, so fuck you and your energy, I guess. Max health reduced each time health damage is taken? Why is that a modifier? Especially when you stack it with these, what is this supposed to be? And then duration negative status effects is tripled. Why would you do this? Who asks for this? On top of Xmas amphors, post-mortal surges, post-mortal fucking surges, okay. Myopic munitions. Really? Parasitic life support. Devil's bargain. Fortified goddamn foes. Rupturing fragments. Double demolishers. Alright. Cheese. It's just cheese. There we go. Okay, status effects don't matter if I have my Mesmer Shield up. Losing energy when nearby enemies. Risky. Max energy reduced. Risky. Permanent injury. I can take that. It's for the Vosper. Because, yeah, I would need to take one of these to get that reward and one of these to get that reward. I don't really want to reduce my max energy by 75%. That's insane. And energy exhaustion does feel dangerous, especially when there's multiple missions that want us to get close to enemies. So, I'm going to take that one off. Do I have enough energy on this to feel confident with it as is? Let's see, what is the energy setup on this? 300. It'll come down to 75. That's rough. That's rough. But I suppose if I'm going solo, I'm not going to need the same amount of support for a team here. So in fact, I can just break this, move that over, prime flow in. 716, so 75% of that. Oh, rather 25%. 179, that's much more manageable. Energy drain doesn't go through overguard? Okay. That's weird as fuck, actually. Why does the energy drain not go through overguard? I know you don't have the answer to that. I'm more just kind of expressing it. Like, why is that going on? But seriously, what? There ain't a universe where that makes sense to me. There ain't a universe where that makes sense. And now the UI is screwy. Great. Yeah, sorry, I'll just skip the final reward. I don't care. I genuinely do not care enough.
Prepare for all phases. The experiments must.
Because it's a status, but it's not a status. Andrew, what status effect pops up on your bar? What status effect is that? Is it cold? Is it magnetic? Is it radiation? Is it heat? Is it toxin? Is it void? Is it lava? Gas? Ice? Magic? Which status effect is it?
Completion of this experiment. Crucible marked. Impress me.
Alright, grabs our first. Come here, you painful lot. Loving the environment damage to just blitz through my mesmer's skin. Are the energy leech Xmas blocked by Overguard? Yes, that's because they apply a magnetic proc. So anything that blocks magnetic procs also does the same thing, which includes Lavos' passive, despite the fact that it's hardly relevant because Lavos doesn't have the energy to worry about. The point remains, the energy leech Xmas use magnetic specifically so it can be countered. It's a weird one. You're guessing that's how the game treats it. Oh, you said it so confidently, Andrew. You didn't say it like, oh, I guess that's how... Ah, whatever. You've been around here long enough to know exactly my response to that. Need to re-up defenses. Carve through the bulk of them, grab all of these amphors. Easy cycle. Gonna completely ignore the Gruzzling because it has nothing I care for. I am, however, going to deal with that sound. Where is it coming from? Down there. Got it. Yeah, Arcane Nullifier is very nice if you need to deal with energy leeches a lot. Energy orbs give more energy. Sure, why not? I appear to have plenty of energy, but that's because I didn't take the modifier that screwed that up. No, not allowed. And that apparently thing is just exploding around me now. Fair do, Andrew. Fair do. Oh, free abilities for a bit. Sure, why not? Alright, on location, we need cold and electric. Did I not just do that? Yoink. Come on, get your asses over here, you slow, lumbering crap. I mean, the lumbering one's allowed to be lumbering, but the rest of you, hurry up. I need to get closer to hit the shots. There we are. Grab the gold. I found nothing but gold so far. There's an electric one. When will the TennoCon stream happen? We'll give Arm, etc. Has it already happened? TennoCon stream will happen during TennoCon in July. If you're referring to that stream, that is. Oh, bollocks. I just uncast my, what's it? Incarnate mode because I thought I was holding an M4. This. Another cold M4. Another cold M4. How am I at 28% electric and got all the cold done? Come on. Stop chopping heat. I don't need that. Nope. There we go. Motherfucker. Actually just jumped at me the moment I went to throw it. Didn't know these guys played Get Down, Mr. President, but there we are. That didn't just happen again, did it? Boy, alright. Time to shove my face in this thing. There we are. One more should do it. Theoretically. Oh, nearly did it again. Oh dear. Alright. We'll sit back for a moment, let the crucible heat up. All them lot can piss off. Well, worm's down. Worm is back. Did not get. Oh shoot! I've let that go too high. Didn't realize how high that I got. My bad. You want to use the technical terms? The pipes have gotten to Snoop Dogg levels there. There we go. There we are.
Ready for more?
Let's keep cheesing our way through this. What actually is the next mission? It was survival, wasn't it? Yeah, we got survival, then disruption. That was it. We're getting there.
Well, Calamos won't be lonely too long, gets company by a mag plushie soon. Also, apparently 18 months in a row.
I did see we have got that mag plushie coming. Absolutely. And also, Aegir, thank you very much for the continued support. 18 months in a row, absolutely. 1.5 years of continued support. 21 months total. Much appreciated. Hope you have yourself a good one, Aegir. Am I a chemical engineering graduate? Nope.
Prevent further damage while I stabilize things.
As much as I do play a lot of Lavos, no chemical engineering background. Jade Xmas Necromech. It's not the worst one, but it's close. Of course, they don't cast headshots. Need to fire at the back. It's really hard when it turns as fast as I do. Come on. Ow. That was weird. We have the raw buff. There we go. Now let's head over to the life support capsule. Drag the enemies that way. Health leech mechs or something? They really are, especially on public, because it just takes one person to completely screw it up. Yay, 5% charge. Now we just need 19 more enemies to turn up here. I can hear you. Come on. Get in the zone. Please. Ah, whatever. Five enemies down. You start putting on silence just for that. Understandable response, honestly. Alright, that's the whole point of the helmet system, to give you options to counter the things you're having trouble with, yeah. It's a very functioning design, that one. Dare say you are doing it right. Seven more enemies. Oh, that one counted. 6 more enemies. Come on, get in the zone! Thank you. That one didn't count. God damn it. Three more. Don't know what that even is. Oh, it's just a health orb on a red pile of something. Let's not have whatever the hell you are. Seriously, enemies, please, just come and attack me. I'm running out of life support because you're not attacking me. Okay, swoop in from behind. Tell me it did not fall out of the zone. It didn't. I think. I thought that was in the zone. God damn it. I genuinely thought that was in the zone. Only one of those was. I'm gonna run out of life support because they're not attacking me. Please! Just come up here and try to shoot me. It's your entire job. Ugh. It's such a small zone. And the enemies are trickling in. Let's get rid of you, because you're convincing them to sit back, I think. That one died to Verglass. Verglass is outranging the zone again. I mean, that's just unfortunate. Companion too strong. No off button. No, I didn't do engineering. My degree was in geology. I didn't do engineering. Please. Have we even got it to 50? We've got it literally to 50%. Oh my god, I'm going to die here. I just have to kill the enemies outright. They're not going to enter the zone. They're all just hiding off anywhere other than where the game is telling them to be. I don't get it. They'll follow my name? Yeah, a lot of people do. They see engineer in it and they go, ah, yes, this is a really smart guy. He must actually be an engineer. I'm not actually that smart and I'm not an engineer. It's just a username. Classic enemy pathing being bad. It's not enemy pathing being bad. I'm sure their pathing is fine. They just seem to have decided they don't want to fight me. That's the really frustrating bit here. I can see that there are enemies around. They've just decided to give up because they're not even trying to shoot me. The pathing is all there. They just aren't. I suppose you could argue that is pathing, but yeah. It does feel like an aggression problem. That, and it also feels like there's only about 5 enemies spawning at once, despite this being a PC solo lobby. I cannot keep up with the required kill rate if there aren't the things to kill. Yep, I'm about to run out of life support. I'm doing the best that I can. Wait, this one unlocked! Yes! Thralls? I don't know why that word is a question at the moment. What is your actual question, Kamos? Are you asking me, have I created thralls? Are you saying I should create them and further distract the enemies? Are you enthralled by the stream? What's your question? Can we stop trying to spawn the necromechs? I can't even get enough enemies to normally kill. Yeah, I didn't think they'd count us in the zone there. There we go. Yeah, no thrall stuff is going on because I haven't summoned any because it would be a bad idea. Because the enemies are stupid. I sure do love running out of encounter and charge and then seeing a non-headshotable enemy. They really want to summon this bloody mech, don't they? Go away. Actually, I've got enough life support, I'll summon my own. I didn't want to summon the necromech sooner because I wanted to focus on getting enough life support because otherwise I would have just timed out regardless. Now that I have got enough life support, I can focus on the mech. Doing it sooner is a good way for me to lose track of life support and fail the mission, and I know that from experience because I've done exactly that. Don't summon one whilst I'm fighting another, you cretin. One at a time is enough, thank you very much. There we go.
The threat to Lloyd's current sequence is almost nullified. Just one last thing to take care of.
That's one way of looking at it, Relix, I guess. I see it as more, when it comes to the Incarnans, they were intended to make other weapons more obsolete because they were further into the game. It's another step of progression. But rather than that progression being yet more new weapons, it did, as you say, breathe life into old ones. So, older things have their value reinstated, especially in terms of prime weapons, rather than just being absolute MR fodder. But yeah, there is still the power creep And that's because we've got an ever-updating game. If we don't get something stronger, people get bored. Speaking of Rivens, do I think Riven Dispo not being loaded anymore is healthy? Seems like it's counterproductive to the purpose of Rivens. Rivens are counterproductive to the purpose of Rivens. They don't do the job. It's why D have basically just not touched them since. That and, because there's such a market attached to them now, it would piss off a lot of people. And probably piss off D's bean counters, because the number of people that would stop spending plat on Rivens. It's a whole thing. But as for no longer nerfing them, to be honest, I think that's overall a good thing, because it is frustrating to invest into something, certainly if you invest to a break point, only to have it taken away from you because too many people are having fun. There's balancing, and then there's just saying, nope, you had too much fun. Fun denied. And that's kind of what a Riven nerf is. In fact, at this point, outside of Incarnans, can you honestly tell me there is a gun out there that becomes overpowered with a Riven? Outside of Incarnans, which gun fits that bill? You could give me a max disposition Riven, and the vast majority of weapons with it still would fail to compete with the average Incarnan unrivened. So, I'm fine with E not nerfing Rivens. In fact, I think it was the right call. The Rivens for Incarnans being left where they were, that I do think was perhaps a bit of an oversight. And that came in... the Incarnans came in after the Riven pause, so not sure quite what happened there. Yeah. Will this carve through the Grozling? Let's find out. I don't even know what damage type I'm using. It's just been doing the work. There we go. Where'd the key go? Did that Grozling not drop a key? Well, that's frustrating. Doesn't that speak to problem disposition scaling on Rivens? E.g. minimum dispo Riven should grant insane stats. The whole design originally was to make it where there was a modular mod of sorts that could be applied to any weapon. The whole system could be, but it wouldn't make strong weapons very strong, whilst making weak weapons much more desirable. And the idea was to use player usage as the metric to balance that, on the assumption that the less people use something, clearly the more it needs a buff. But the system just absolutely failed to provide that. And I could go into a long spiel as to the various ways it failed to provide that, but the simple lowdown is it failed. So, it's not a stat tweak for Rivens at this point. They fundamentally do not achieve their objectives in various ways. I could go on a full-ass rant about it, but to go into all the minutiae about it would end up sounding really, really negative. Instead, we have haha funny mods for some weapons. If Elder Incarnate succeeded? Not sure I agree on that. Not sure I agree on that, to be quite honest. Incarnate adapters aren't Riven mods for weapons done correctly. Incarnate adapters are super prime weapons. They take a weapon and then they buff it to the nines. Nothing about that says Riven to me. The only thing Riven about that is the idea of taking a not good weapon and turning it into a good weapon. But that's just game rebalancing and design, to be quite honest. Do I have strong thoughts on all incarnates for Plat? Surprised it didn't happen sooner, to be quite honest. I'm still not happy about the 8-week rotation on the circuit. But at the very least, they are making it where the incarnates for Plat are only available during the week they're available. For the majority of them, anyway. So it's not a 7 weeks out of 8, the only way is Plat. Instead, it's 7 weeks out of 8, there is no way. Technically better, but not great. Was that only the first round? Shit. I thought that was round 2. It feels like I've been here for years. We'll keep going. Rivens are fundamentally flawed, should be removed, says Schizo. Fundamentally flawed, yes, should be removed. At this point, they're entrenched. It would be probably extremely detrimental to the game in the short term, if not medium term, to have them removed, and could even risk long term becoming a very difficult prospect. That's how entrenched they are. Think of the amount of plat you hear being traded for some Rivens. The sheer amount of platinum. Now think where that platinum comes from. And now remember who sells that platinum. There is a very good chance that a complete Riven removal would disrupt not only Warframe's economy, but DE's economy irreparably. Not to mention, even if they were just deleted, that would nerf every single weapon that uses a Riven at the moment. 100% of them. Would you like to see every single weapon that uses a Riven be nerfed? Would you like to be the person that says to the community, we're nerfing every single weapon that relies on a Riven? Would you want to be that person? Ain't no way. You have too much fun with your burst and Riven? Yeah, absolutely valid. All of the Incarnate Rivens, that would get a lot of people pissed off. Rivens for mid-tier weapons that just have funny stats. Rivens that enable different things like one-slot viral. People would be pissed about that being taken away. So many losses in removing Rivens. Whilst they fundamentally fail at their original design, they do have a place in the game now. We can't just take that away. The best way to remove something in a game like Warframe is to just make something better than it, so that people give up on the bad thing. That's the way to remove something in Warframe, unless there's simply no way to manage that. So you look at something like slam attacks, there isn't really a way to manage it. Slam attacks are just overwhelmingly crazy. Whereas if you have a look at everyone is using just the same slash viral meta. Okay, so let's introduce ways of dealing damage that isn't slash viral. Slash viral is still there, but now there's other ways of engaging with the game. Someone saying that Riven should at least be refreshed, so just give them locked stats. People have been saying that for years. And it'll still come down to a significant economic impact, which, if DE just never touch it, they don't have to spend the money to make themselves less money. As cynical as it might sound, that to me is the single overarching barrier to any other further thought on the Rivens. Any amount of development they do to try and make those Rivens fairer? Because that's what it comes down to with locking stats, is to make it fairer for how affordably you can access a given stat on a Riven. Anything they do on that side is going to be an economic negative to them, before even considering the cost of developing said change. I just can't see a world where they do that. I just can't see a world where they do that. Maybe I'm wrong. I was very wrong about various other changes in Warframe. Hell, in the past I'm on record saying that cross-save will never happen. And then all of a sudden D started lining up their updates so that they hit all platforms at the same time. And then shortly after that, cross-play and cross-save was announced. So, I could be wrong. But at this point in time, doesn't look likely on the Rivens. Do they sell Kuva for Platinum? They don't sell Kuva for Platinum, I don't believe, no. That is a big part of the limiting factor of where Rivens go. But it's also a big play area for a lot of people. It's to farm the Kuva, to roll the Rivens, to make the Plat, to keep the economy shuffling around on that side. Nerfing Dispo for Incarnate Rivens would have been an interesting choice before Incarnates came out. They've been out for a while now. People have invested into those Rivens. Again, taking away people's toys that they've paid to use. That's a hell of a situation to try and sell. Come on, Torrid Incarnate was in a very strong position years ago. I remember joking about just how powerful later Incarnate was at TennoCon 2023.
We're back. Material secured. Tenno intact.
Am I done?
We see.
Oh, I'm done. Oh, sweet.
Well then.
That's all of it. Oh, let's get out of here.
Construct. You have been most helpful.
Galvanized mods are the better than Riven mods. In a lot of places, actually, yeah, Moon. Because they provide such powerful stats in a few areas that it makes it harder for Rivens to sit alongside them. Same with the pure damage bonuses you can get from Steel Path Arcanes. Oh, that's beautiful to see. The perfect red, yellow, and blue combo right next to each other. Not a bad haul to say that I skipped out on a number of the requirements that they was trying to impose on me. Yeah. You don't use Rivens because you don't know what's good and what's not. Fair enough. Whilst I'm here, I should probably grab a shard from Bird.
I knew you'd come back. Take that one.
Okay, yoink. What do you mean 30 owned? Don't tell me I have 30 Crimson Shards just waiting for me. Have I just let 30 odd Crimson Shards stack up? Yes, I have. Okay. That's a couple. Alright. Someone is saying they don't need to touch the Riven generation itself. The trading value of Rivens in Plat would reflect investment in addition to luck. You have Rivens going for less extreme prices, more abundant, I think. Somewhere it sounds like you're referring to an idea you must have posted earlier. Let's see. Your only point was Velit's fusion for Rivens, locking stats, etc. I get where you're coming from, that there's the idea that if Rivens are more accessible, that despite the prices going down, more people would buy them. I don't see it going that way enough to justify the significant potential pushback they could receive. again, what value is there to DE for addressing Rivens that aren't broken? You gotta remember that. Rivens aren't breaking the game. No one's picking up a River mod, putting it into a weapon and going, wow, now I just get more than everyone else can. They might have higher DPS numbers. They might have viral in an easier modding setup. But it doesn't fundamentally make them superpowers. By and large, they're either little stat buffs or modding quirks. And you can pretty easily get hold of the modding quirk variant of almost any weapon. So it again comes down to putting in the time and effort to try and adjust a whole Riven system, knowing that it will get a lot of backlash to fix what? That the Riven system failed? It failed, but it ain't broken. That's an expensive thing to try and tackle. This is why they're not addressed, in my opinion. Ellie saying, speaking of Rivens, did you end up finding a place for that compressor Riven? I had off of you. I had to roll it 50 times, and it gave me something barely passable for what I was trying to do with it. So I got projectile speed, multi-shot, minus damage infested. Why exactly is the Riven system a failure? The Riven system was originally intended to make it where low-tier weapons could compete with high-tier weapons by having a unified system of Rivens that would give stronger stats to the lower used weapons. So the less used something was, typically, the more it could be used because it'd have a stronger Riven. It just fails to achieve that. So I say, I do think people would engage more Rivens if they let their work actually reflect on Riven's power, making people buy more Riven slots and try to get more Rivens in general for trading, but that's just opinion as well. That's the thing, is that you're correct. You're correct about one thing. If people could do more with Rivens, if they felt like they could work towards a specific goal of Rivens, then yes, more people would engage with them. However, the word more doesn't give us any value other than greater than. It's not a value, it's a comparator. And it's all well and good saying more, but is it enough more? And that's the bit where we don't have the information, and we can see all of the risks just as players looking at it, let alone what D might have on their side. I doubt, based on how people interact with Rivens in their current state, I doubt that it would be enough an improvement without it mostly coming down to the meta weapon Rivens continue to be meta weapon Rivens, and now people just want to buy those ones to tweak them their exact way. And if anything, making them more accessible would make them feel more mandatory. How many times do you see, for example, people complaining about daily or weekly challenges? Things that you don't have to log in for. You can just not do it. But the very fact that they could do something, they could gain something, as something they value, makes them compelled to do it. Do that with Rivens, and it may even swing the other way, leading to people feel bummed and burned out that they don't have XYZ Riven. That to get started on the torrid Riven path is to drop a whole few hundreds of plat, and now doing that for each of the weapons in the arsenal because it feels so accessible all of a sudden. So it's very possible that your idea of improving the accessibility would actually swing the other way and make it now toxic for a vibe of being mandatory. Because hey, everyone can just tweak the stat. So yeah, it's just... I agree with Schizo. Rivens can just stay in their dark corner. They are unsuccessful at their original goal, and it is probably for the best of everyone if that's where they just stay. Rivens remain optional? That they should, yes. Do we know when the ambassador is getting buffed? Did he say it was getting buffed specifically? I think they might have mentioned something about it, but the details escape me. Let's see. Bounties or defend both mirror defense objectives 3 times each in a single mission. Why do you do this to me? Why? What did I do to you? This is pain. This is punishment. I do not deserve this. Alright. You know what? Let's be distracted for a moment. First, Squirbo42 has just hit a big redemption. That is 150,000 spanners. Squirbo, also with Hydrate. Hitting that VIP. Let's type this in here. /VIP Squirbo42. I'm going to triple make sure I spell that correctly. Yep. Bam. You are now VIP of the channel. Welcome on in. You got the diamond next to your name. It's a very elite club, that one. Jump don't forget 300. Yeah, yep. 150,000 and 300. 2 redeems, yes. Took 3 long years. It does take a while to get VIP that route, doesn't it? It does take a while. But you made it. That is commitment right there. That is definitely commitment. I mean, I can just click on your name here. It tells me how long you've been following. Yeah, 29th of March, 2022. My word. That has been a while, hasn't it? Well earned. Yeah, it is possible to get the VIP badge through an honor approach, but that is entirely at my whimsy, and is done very rarely. Very rarely. Alright then. I need to fix up this Revenant build because I remade it for that mission. So let's take you out, put you over there, and swap back in Mesmer's Shield. Steadfast can go off. God knows what I want in there instead. No one ever complained about augmented on a build. There we are. Alright then. So it was Mirror Defense next. I had to grab Titania. I'm going to do it off Steel Path just so this is less painful for me, to be quite honest. That should be fine. That should be fine. Yeah, I'll just run it as is. Well, here goes nothing. Which my defense do I do? This one. Just because it gives a little bit more reward for my time and effort. The one on Deimos feels even worse. Have they fixed it for the labs one? Oh god, I didn't even know there was a bug for it. Good thing I picked this one then, in case that bug is still in.
Stop the Grenier and Corpus.
Old War. Warframe made crystal casket.
Can I tell you to sit still?
Casket for who? Belric and Bronya.
Hold position.
Good genes they had, yes.
There we are.
Genes
Alright then.
of true men. Smash the crystals. Take the genes. Do the science. My 2 men get stronger.
Happy pip. Scoop him up. I know that my on-call crew will expire in just a couple minutes, which is a little sad for this mission, because it's not going to be just a couple minutes. Where are these ones? Oh, there they are. But it still gives me some easy early defense. The labs one does work for Nightwave. Good to know. Crystal reinforced. I've just remembered that my Razorflies, which is one of the reasons for using Titania on this originally, no longer deal damage. Because they made that change, didn't they? I think that change has been introduced now, so... Yeah, that did get introduced. So that's a bummer. That was a good part of clearing through this. The Razorflies just getting the work done. Oh well. They didn't just fix the condition overload bug, they made it where Razorflies don't do damage. I think... no, they don't stat stick, that's what it is. Yeah, they don't stat stick at all. They are also immortal now, so there is that. But yeah, they are much more of a distraction than a killer now. So I'm on this low level mission where at least at this tier they might still be able to get kills. Yeah, they can still get kills at this level. But not much higher. And certainly nowhere near as quickly as they used to. Is there anything that still needs a stat stick? Stat sticks are gone. Let's grab all of you. I've forgotten the pathing to optimize this, but I will do my best. I think I missed one. I'll do. Do I know the story of Belric and Rania? Oh boy, do tell me more.
It is their remains and the connection forged between them that you are protecting.
I sure do love being told about the story of Belric and Rania. Where are some more of these crystals? Some of them over here. More below. There they go. So far, it seems the Razorflies at this level are doing enough of a job to protect the crystal, which is good. I can indeed just keep focusing on flying around for now. Reinforced crystal. Yeah, totally, Ellie, yeah. I am in fact Tile Regger. That's what this is. I'm just hating on the rhyme. It's just the typical trope of having to redo and redo and redo and redo a mission that always has the same voice lines or cutscenes. You're like, come on, free me from this curse. Except it's Nightwave. And I don't have a lot of choices to skip this. And by not a lot, I mean none. We can tell from the fact that these crystals are still spawning that my Razorflies are actually killing a surprising number of enemies. Because you need kills for them to trigger. This is good. Coma mission's a cool private as well. Yeah. It's like, it's fine and all for a quest. But the repeat of the story elements in a literal repeatable mission, oh boy, does it drain a bit. Alright, where's crystals? It's hard to see in this color environment. It says there's more there, but I don't see them on that backside. I'm just going to go for the obvious and easy ones. I say as I miss those. That'll do, sod it.
tired, Tenno? Getting sleepy? I
No.
can go all day and all night. Watch me.
You want to see more of Tarrega outside this mission? I mean, didn't we kill him? And so we would need to have missions that happen before we reach Saturn. Kind of a slight problem with killing someone is that they can only be brought back if we do some earlier content time-wise. Vor is a special case for various reasons. He's got another clone of himself in the vats. Ah, but is it suffering even more clone rot and degeneration? Two minutes 40 left on on-call crew. So I could summon them on the third Grineer round. That should help maintain the crystal flow. Where are those crystals? There they are. Huzzah! Reinforcement for the shield on the crystal. More crystals up here. Oh, this is... I don't know why exactly I'm not a fan of this mission. I can't really put my finger on it. Aside from just, dear God, it's one hell of a grind to get the rewards from the mission, which, absolutely, yes, it is. But it's just something about the mission itself. It just doesn't... It doesn't grab me in any way.
Corpus forces have regrouped. Go.
Oop, okay, stuck on that. Where are these crystals? Oh, there they are. It is genuinely difficult for me to see some of these. I'm trying to use the minimap to help me, but alright.
These crystals formed on Deimos ages ago. Now they are being exploited by smugglers. Belric and Rania deserve better than that.
Like I say, it's just not engaging enough. From a feedback perspective, I feel like saying not engaging enough doesn't really do justice as to why. It doesn't help me understand more of what I like and dislike, and it doesn't help the devs understand, okay, where does the mission fall short? Is it a personal thing? Is it a design thing? Why does it fall short? Why is it not engaging? Because I'm constantly doing something. It's not like I'm sat back just twiddling my thumbs. But I'm spending the whole mission just kind of hunting for crystals and hoping that my ability is enough for the defense, which thankfully it is. If it wasn't, I think it would be more frustrating. Oh, where are these crystals? There they are. Any more crystals, please? There are some out here. It'll be interesting to see what the farm is for Araxia when that comes around. I hope it's nothing painful. I sure hope it's not Pathos clamps to build. We nearly done with this. 16 seconds. I couldn't be taking it this casually on Steel Path, that's for certain. Steel Path enemies would not die to the Razor Flies, and they would be doing a lot more damage to the crystal. Even if they add Pathos Clamps to Araxia's boss fight, I don't imagine they would add enough to the boss fight to completely gazump the normal Oral Worm fight. That's the thing with the Pathos Clamps is such a resource. If a new way to farm them is introduced that is just miles better, the Oral Worms basically just become a fight over cool factor.
Krill? Rodents in your house, Krill.
Better to just not have to deal with that in the first.
Make me come to Mars, do your job for you. Smash the crystal.
We'll be using our frames in degree. How much of a challenge is going to be? It depends on what they make the content to be. The devil's in the details, and we have none of them. Joe said, one thing that pains me is that most new content is past New War. No, it's normal, but being able to get past New War makes it accessible to you. I'm not sure why you're unable to get past New War, I'll be quite honest. What's the holdback on that? How come you're unable to get past it? Because that is quite the roadblock. Reinforced. Oh god, damage attenuation, there you go, yeah. I just repeatedly cannot be happy about damage attenuation. Every time it comes up, I just find myself going, right, am I doing damage? Am I meeting the hidden rule set of this attenuation equation correctly? Is it damage resistance that I'm fighting? Is it damage attenuation? Am I just shooting the wrong spot? What's going on? Because there's not even just one damage attenuation equation. There are different ones for different enemies, which makes it damn near impossible to know what I'm actually working with at any given moment. So even if I wanted to acknowledge and accept their reasoning for attenuation, which was, oops, we gave players too much damage, it's still just opaque. Was it the first bit of proper damage attenuation introduced with... I think it was with Kuvalich's moving to Railjack fight. And the reason being was that Necromechs, specifically the Archimechs on Voidrig, would just obliterate them if there wasn't damage attenuation. I say, on the one hand, sure, but on the other hand, you're the devs moving this to a location where we're allowed to use our Necromech to fight it. And you're the devs that gave us the really high damage numbers on the Archimechs.
They can change reality, bend and break the laws of nature.
Oh shoot, I was supposed to be collecting crystals that whole time. Ah well. Oops. I got distracted. I saw the timer, didn't realize it was the timer for moving over. I thought it was the timer of defending still. And I just didn't pay enough attention. Talreg is correct, I am feeling sleepy doing this. How would I build an alternative to damage attenuation if the goal is to avoid steamrolling everything? Have mechanical counters rather than just sacks of hit points. Try to find ways to engage the gameplay, not just shoot the gameplay. Or maybe not give players bajillions of damage scaling and then go, oh shit, players have bajillions of damage scaling. You know, that would have been a good start. When the Archibex was one of the things they specifically called out, it's like, well, you gave the Archibex 20 bajillion damage per shot. Didn't need to do that. Straight up didn't need to do that. But they did. And then it's too strong. So, I ain't blaming the players on that one. Kind of like the old boss? Sure, why not? Which also shows that attenuation really should only exist on bosses. Or just straight up invulnerability phases. You look at, for example, the was it the Legacy? No, with the Dedicants it was testing. Where I showed that a massively higher damage build would then hit a timed attenuation effect. That is the adaptive attenuation. And the best way to deal with it whilst maintaining ammo economy was to actually shoot the Dedicant a little bit and then just ignore it for a few seconds. Shoot something else, come back. And I repeated like 3 times. Saved a whole bunch of ammo, killed it in about the same amount of time. So, my point there is that they created this damage attenuation system where, rather than creating invulnerability periods, or damage gates, or whatever process, they created an invisible timer and make you feel like a doofus for trying to counter an enemy's hit points. It feels like that the intended way to deal with Dedicants is to just have a lot of impact procs, but because they're a basic enemy that floods so much of every Skuldra mission, are we supposed to always be carrying around a supreme impact source? It's just frustrating. Legside's the worst culprit, feel like you're not doing the right thing. Again, yeah, because there's not really any feedback. It's really hard to have feedback as to how well you're doing when damage attenuation, on top of damage resistance, on top of status resistances and status immunities, on top of God knows what other mechanics might be involved, all start to come together. And then you get into ETA where you get another 3 modifiers and another 4 modifiers, and you're like, what bit am I working with incorrectly here? VIP's out of stock? That's right, 1 VIP per stream. 1 VIP per stream. If someone's beating you to it, you'll just have to come back on the next stream. So yeah, the damage attenuation on bosses mostly comes down to, oops, we gave the players too much damage, we don't know how to make this boss tanky enough, whilst also acknowledging that other players kind of suck. So yeah, when it comes to normal enemies, why? Fungi and Schizo pointing out, community is such a harsh reaction to nerfs, and Schizo pointing out, but also same community will complain about difficulty. It's not necessarily the same people, don't forget. But yeah, it's crazy just where the scaling is at times. I've been pointing it out for years as well. Alec Trials is saying, would it be a bad balancing decision to make Archguns bypass damage attenuation? Yeah, honestly it would be, because it doesn't fix anything. I'll be quite honest with you. All it says then is, hey, you see these individual enemies, you now have to use this specific thing to deal with them in a reasonable way. But then if they introduce other content where they don't want Archguns to be the answer, or if they give you gear embargo where you can't use your Archguns, then you need yet another different answer, and now we've got yet another set of exceptions. What is the damage attenuation this time? It's like how with Acolytes, they feel like they have damage attenuation, but what they actually have is scaling hit points based on the number of people in squad, on top of the fact that their shields take more damage than they should, but then they also have armor and damage reduction on their health, and they have a native damage cap that is bypassed by crits and bypassed by unusual bonuses, such as certain types of abilities bypass it. To this day, I still don't know all of the details of what goes into whether or not an Acolyte can resist damage. To this day, it still feels like there are quirks of it that evade me entirely. And that feels like an oversight. When it comes to solving the problems of a game, I don't like the idea of just throwing myself at it 50 times over with every different type of item. And just empirically going, well, I guess these ones worked and these ones didn't, so use the ones that worked. And then repeating that for every new enemy with a different type of attenuation, or scaling or adaptive damage reduction. It doesn't feel like I am playing the game so much as suffering it when that becomes the case. Also, yes, we do have Acolytes in the simulacrum, so it's 5 minutes per test as well, isn't it?
The steady blade in certain
What do we got here? 3 Void Floods, 3 different bounties, defeat ROM and Steel Path. You can see why I skipped some of these. Oh boy. 7,000 wouldn't get me all the way to rank 10 anyway, but it'd still be probably faster than doing these. So I'm gonna go for the ROM. I know it's in Steel Path, but it'll be fine. Maybe, maybe not. Alright then, do your experience. Didn't even check what I've got down here. Let's go find out. I saw a Revenant. I'm fine. I will just grab Revenant. Don't know what weapons I've got, but we'll see that in just a sec. Now I just extract at the earliest possible opportunity for Void Flood. I still need to complete the mission, so that's still around 3 times. Alright then, let's just grab a lazy gamer one. What have I got here? I have got Phage, Convectrix, Bow, Kasawar, Kesheg. Are they not just all 3 of the same group? Near enough. Coalstar, Azima, Bolto. Ew. What? 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 It's only 1 less weapon than with bloody EDA and ETA, and I'm just like, wow. Phage could do terrific damage. It can do damage. It's just like, where is literally any weapon I actually like to use, please? Right, what else we got here? We got Proteus, Dianax, Citrine, Umbra. I could go Umbra and Exalted. I just... oh boy. The thing is, I've also need to take into account that I intend to fight the Aura Worm on Steel Path. I don't see any of this as a good answer to the Aura Worm. I'm just going to grab what I can grab and see how terribly it goes. I suppose Bow Incarnate should be a thing. I don't know if I actually Incarnate it. Judging by that, I have not. Yeah. God. Stat-wise, 530, 40, 4.8. worse in every way. Fuck it. Uh, 35, 3.8, 1500. This feels like it's gonna be just worse, even with that modding, but... sod it, try it. No, don't sod it, try it. Alright, 16. No, sorry, I'll just grab this one. Sod it. Let's pray for the best. Pray for the best.
The sorrowful soprano.
Sorrow
is a poison, and yet some drink it like wine.
It's been so long since I was last on Duviri.
Was Lucinia.
So very long.
Sorrow and
Bye.
suffering is my lot, but today the burden is too much to bear.
No, don't lock
If my
onto
pain
them.
is avenged, perhaps it will be lifted a little.
I accidentally double clicked on reload. Get the roll. I was hoping for more damage than that, but it's fine. One down. Don't block me. Two down. Three down. It says Energized Shrine. That's all the way over there. I might actually fighting these guys for nothing, I just realized. I am. Oops. Where do I need to be? Somewhere over that way, I think. Go away. Oh, nope, further than I thought. Well, it's not that far, so... Oh, it's underneath. Okay.
A royal maze.
Could grab a decree. I could.
I think I lost something.
I imagine I'm going to get
precious
one
in a
here.
maze like that long ago. Please, would you quest on my behalf for some small piece of sweetness?
Yeah, we're questing, don't you worry. That's pointed through the wall, but it's actually down this way. Might as well grab the Uemag. Not Uemag, Tasoma. Luminous.
If one wish.
Does that get rid of the Luminous? It does! Oh, that makes my life easier. There we are. Okay. Hey, I'm glad you're having fun with that, Molten Toast. Let's see, what have I got here?
Come easily to a heart turned bitter and
Nope.
cold.
What I've got is apparently attacked by another Luminous. Go away. There we go. Will you guys despawn already? I'm just trying to pick my loot. Not even loot, actually. I'm just trying to pick a buff. Please. Perish. You're not even engaging as an enemy. You just bounce around. There we go. Nope, not there we go. More spawning. Okay, whatever. I'm out. How much am I missing for max mastery? Probably a fair amount at this point. I don't really want any of these. Sod it. Let's go for the extra crits. I could use the fishing here to grab a quick decree. That'll be smart. Should be a nice easy one. I know a lot of people struggle with the fishing. I have never figured out how. Grab these. There we go. When it came out, the time was shorter. I played it when it came out, and I still didn't struggle. Melee heavy attacks create shockwaves that deal extra damage, or crits deal extra damage. Let's do the crits deal extra damage. Build for crits. Why not? Nope, missed the shot on him. Nope. Took a bit of damage there. Didn't want to, but at least I'm healing. There through those. Slams for the win. Well, he's gone. Is he going to be floating forever now? Oh, there we go. Alright. Okie dokie. Sacrifice armor, increase damage of shots based on remaining armor. I don't have a lot of armor on either setup, so it doesn't really matter. I could go for more melee toxin, but then a battle with the Aura Worm doesn't work out for me. On kill, refill ammo, but again, I want to be dealing with Aura Worm. Rolling reload, sod it, why not? Let's crash in over here.
How many times did I dream of escape?
Open the chest, defeat the Guardian. Yep. It still always felt weird to me. You pick up a whole bunch of decrees which only buff melee, and then you come to the Aura Worm fight where melee does not work. And it's like, why are we making this decision? Leave through these guys as much as I can. Do the melee decrease buff with gunshots Redeemer? Yes. But only if you roll Redeemer. When you get up to 3 melees to pick. I didn't mean to press that button. That was a waste of transference. Bollocks. I meant to fucking hit reload. I accidentally hit 5. Ah, okay.
At first, Lucinia felt some comfort from her actions.
Solid, give me the double drops. I mean, I might as well have it.
But her sorrow grew.
Yeah, the number of decrees that just... they're useful until you get to the Aura Worm fight. Just feels like pain. It just feels like pain.
Please, answer its cry.
Okay, we got some alchemy. We can definitely tend to that.
How to combine the elements coursing through their warframes. Prove yourself. Find a crucible. And the
Phage can do a lot of damage.
To create a complex elemental force.
Don't even need this amphor.
Your enemies hoard the amphors the crucibles need. Retrieve them. Combine electricity and cold.
Yeah, I'm farming up the decrees and hoping I'll get something worthwhile. I'm hoping it will end up okay. At least I have got Raw Revenant, so I can handle a lot. It's just going to be a process. I ran out quicker than I expected.
Find an amphor and throw it at the crucible.
What do you think I've been doing, Teshin? Grab this and chuck it in. Re-up the raw buff, because that's going to give us hopefully a fair amount of damage increase here. Back to the amphors. Just need a little bit more cold and one more electric. One more of each should do it. Come on, give me that. Thank you. There's my electric. And straight on to the next one, because we don't have to defend any pipes here. Or rather, destroy any pipes here.
The product of heat and electricity amphors.
Oh, reload. Heat and electric. I've got another heat one. Let's start filling her up. There's an electric. Don't think I have the right damage type for this weapon here. And there's my skin run out. Didn't notice that. As has my energy. Ew. That is a little bit more than concerning. Come on. Carving through them. Best that I can. That should give me a few more amphors for this. Yeah, I don't know what the build is on the phage, but it ain't a good one right now. But it's fine, we're out of here.
Have been impressed with how you've wielded his crucibles today.
I'm taking this with me. No energy, running out of health. Alright, one red decree, let's see.
She tried to dismiss it as
I mean, that's a nice one, but it doesn't help against the aura worm. First shot, I'm not using any single shot weapons, that's not really great. Bollocks. I'll take that one just because I want the double, but bollocks. It's mostly only good for this, so let's give it the best buff that I can.
Alright.
The hollow ones mock my pain. Find out whether their hearts can be broken.
Okay. No, don't do that. I'm trying to use the gun buffs here. Yep. Nearly got me. There we go. That was a good hit. Oh, I missed the shot. There we are. Melee attacks hit twice, really? Also, I heard more things coming in, so I'm just gonna go flying. And then I can pick this up. Okay, let's see. Armor grants ability strength, not running armor. Plus magazine capacity, gain electric damage for every bullet reloaded into weapon. That could work given the magazine stuff I'm using. Melee attacks hits twice, sounds nice, but it's just not going to help me out later, so I'll skip it.
If this ruin could flow with power again, perhaps this purgatory may hold just a little warmth for one such as me. Will you make it right?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are.
Execution was far too kind.
Oh, thanks for your heads up on that, Ellie. Yeah, I didn't think about that combo. Each shot increases fire rate. Sure, why not? That'll be harder to roll too early. I'll just run out of bullets.
Final act, then. One last howl into the storm. Misery would have company, at least.
Duviri pretends it
Let's
never
go
happened,
straight on it.
But the Undercroft remembers the tragedy.
Energy is back. That's good. Let's activate Mesmer Skin right now.
Place, please do so.
The Void Angel
It's a Void Flood. Okay. I've got extra particle velocity, so this is perfect.
Repair the damage to keep them at bay. The Void can heal as well as harm. Gather the floating spheres and take them to the ruptures.
Let's just power this up. Boltor's never fired so fast.
If the Void Angels break through the wall, their master will be freed. Do not allow that to happen.
No intention of letting it happen. Don't you worry, Teshin.
As you would staunch the wounds of a comrade.
Is Void Flood 3 in one go or just 3? It's just 3 rounds of it. So you do it, exit, reload, do it, exit, reload, do it. In fact, I think it's specifically 3 missions of it, so you have to leave and re-enter.
A breach has been sealed. Excellent work.
Let's stack up all of this. Yep. Oh, we're full up. Let's go close C. Should this count as one of the 3? Well, it's not a Void Flood mission. It's a Void Flood segment of a Duviri mission, so I don't imagine it would count. But we'll find out. I do have that one currently active as an option, so... Really? Got it. Oops. Really set myself for that one. There we go.
The rupture is closed. The paradox stabilizes.
That it does. That it does, Teshin. Don't know why the slam went over there, but it did. There's gotta be some more over here. Yep, there is. There we go. And that'll have this one done as well. I keep thinking there's a zit on my neck all of a sudden, but it's just the phage.
Are weakest here. You have done well to reinforce them.
Alright. Let's get out. Here we are.
Sorry, I dragged you into
Decree,
this.
decree, decree. Weak point kills create... No, I don't need that. Faster. No. Slam. No. Moving, gain damage. Sure, let's do that. Nope, I might be going to the wrong one now. I tried to teleport before it activated. Alright, Rabbit, let's do it.
The worm of sorrow is ravening with despair. She will make all Duviri mourn with her. The aura worm must
This
be
is Steel
subdued.
Path as well.
For that,
So I've got to go through the process of the rings properly.
The rest is up to you.
Alright.
This is futile. Stop.
The boost.
To tame a wild cave,
Eh,
it must be ridden.
Nearly that wrong.
Another burden.
You are nothing
Jump
more
off it,
than
don't get hit by the
passenger.
ring.
Seize control.
Think I'm okay there. Open the valve. It's kind of curious they chose not to have this in normal mode, not gonna lie. Because of all the things, this is just interesting and mechanical. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, come on, was that not the one? Oh, shit. Jump out of the way. Yeah, it's not the most obvious, but just with a little bit more telegraphing, it'll be fine. There we go.
You have control. Cut the ties that bind.
Power down. I don't mind there being fewer mechanics overall, it's just... It feels like taking control of the Aura Worm, having those extra Pathos clamps being rotated, just feels like you're doing more to it rather than just going straight up and going in.
Quickly, take the beast through the portal.
It just makes more sense to me to have a defense you need to undo first. Come on, there we are. Cinematic shaky cam. Honestly, not a bad choice. Can I see the Aura Worm behind the portal there? I don't remember being able to see that. And I know I could skip this, but I'm giving myself a moment to breathe before whatever this is about to be. Nope, I got a hydrate from Ryan. Sure, here's another. Alrighty. Defense is up, gonna need that. Let's see how the Bolto handles this.
They have nothing left to lose.
I forgot it was a projectile weapon. I love that the health bar still doesn't update with my progress. At least not the top health bar, it's only the clamp health bar. I'm out of ammo on the Boltor. Oh. Bollocks, that's not good.
Through the paradox, the Tenno have sent a formidable weapon. Let us hope.
Yep, we're on to Phage now. At least Phage can reach this. There we go. Can Phage reach this? No idea if Roar is helping me here. Nope. Alright, we're going for a roll. Outgun time? It might be, yeah. The ammo is just not happening. That's dealt with. Can I reach that one with Phage? I hate that it's so random as to where we can walk. Like, why am I on just this little ledge? For goodness sake. This does not bring joy. Just going to tell you that very simply. Let me up. See that? Nearly there. Oh, it's moving. Okay. Do I have something I can jump on? I can jump on this. There we go. I have basically no ammo left.
The gates are your salvation.
Up we go. Dodge the frost. At least I've got a lot of fire rate. Does make this a little bit easier.
Your struggles are always entertaining.
There we are.
But we both know they're useless.
Can I get off now? Did I? Thank you. That took a moment. Alright, I'm gonna shoot this as much as I can, but I am about to run out of ammo. There it is. Oh, I found some Bolto ammo.
A Tenno Archgun has manifested.
Yep, I think this is about to... Yep, there it goes. It's about to go around. It is invulnerable whilst that happens. Not to mention a bloody menace to try and aim at. I'd use my melee, but I am literally not allowed to by game mechanics. There we go. Alright, I've managed to crack 2 of the Pathos, and I'm out of ammo. Let's go grab the Archgun. Oh, alright, we're on the move. Hello there, Fallout Boy. Sazza! At least these things go down easily. Where am I being shot from? Oh, there you are. Wait for it to roll around.
To stop its spawn.
Come on, 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 come on. Come on.
The Tenno seek to assist you.
I already have the Tenno gun.
But devastating.
Oh, it's invulnerable. Not allowed to shoot it yet. Actually, I might need the Tenno gun. Never mind. I'm about to run out of ammo on this one. Oh, it might hold, it might hold, it might hold. There we go. Skip.
Emotion is no longer.
That took longer than intended.
The calm of the true warrior.
That took far longer than intended. I'm reminded why I don't do this. I don't need this right now. I'm not staying. I don't care about your undercroft portals. I'm gone. Hello, Queen. Oh, man. That has remained as unfun as I remember. I'll be quite honest with you. That is not my speed, not my vibe. Not in the slightest. Cheers, Ryan. Ugh. Alright. I think it's one last challenge for the Nightwave. Activate 3 obelisks on Deimos. It's easy. Gimme. I'll just fly around as Titania, it'll be fine. It just feels so crazy to me that they have such a melee-focused drifter and so many melee-only decrees. And then you get to the Aura Worm and melee is functionally useless. It is one of the wilder decisions. One done. Let's see, there was one somewhere out around these parts, wasn't there? I don't remember their locations very well, I'll be honest. There it is. 2. This is a weekly? Hmm? There we go. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? You compare that to the 7,000 for the bloody Aura Worm. Ta-da! 56 seconds. I ask you. I truly ask you. There we go. Replaced with swords. Yeah, sure. Let me just compare a 50-second weekly to a 3 separate days only elite weekly. But I have unlocked it. Athodai on weak point hits with primary fire plus 60% weak point damage for 5 seconds, stacks up to 10 times. However, given the time and my current energy level, I will not be having a further look at that or any look at that today. I think it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. I think it is definitely time we do a platinum giveaway. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat if you've not already grabbed a ticket for a chance to win it. We'll be doing that draw in just a moment. Give it a second on that. If the bot says too many tickets, it just means you're already in. This is for 75 plats. It goes out to any single one person. Anyone can win it. Doesn't matter if you're on PlayStation, PC, Xbox, Switch, or on mobile. Everyone's got a chance. Elite Weekly, finish a capture in under 90 seconds. I know that it's difficult for newer players, but that one, when you compare the options, it's just like, these are not made equal. Give you all just one more moment on that ticket there. For those of you who missed the details as well, the Urani Prime Access giveaway I was conducting has also concluded. That one has wrapped up. And the winner announced over on YouTube and Discord. I might as well say who it is here. Let me just grab the name. It was Blubber Nugget. Because it's not a double B and it's not a double G, so it's not Blubber Nugget, it's Blubber Nugget. Blubber Nugget. Congrats. So they're going to enjoy themselves a full Urani Prime Access, the complete pack. That'll be in their inbox in a few days' time. Alright, that's enough time for everyone to grab tickets here. Let's close up that there. There we go. Alright, 55 people have entered. Only one person's going to be the winner. That winner today is Tychantrophy! Tychen, congratulations, you are the winner today. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of the stream. Get a hold of your Warframe username, your platform, and if you got cross-save turned on or not, we'll get that sent on over to you there. Absolutely. I think we've had a win from Tychantrophy in the past, so I may even already have those details noted down. Perfect. Well, there we are then. Everyone, thank you very much for joining in on the stream today. We're going to raid on out of here, naturally, as we always do at the end of Warframe streams, or almost always. I just need to see who we can raid on over to today. How is it that even after a haircut, my hair still does that thing here? What even? It feels like there's nowhere I could put this. The hair doesn't do that weird tuftiness. I give up on it. Anyway, no one comes here to hear me complain about my hair. Let's see who we want to raid on into today. Because we got to share love after we did have a raid on into ourselves earlier. Having a look, we've got, obviously not myself, there is Dinos, there is Gaz, there is Xenos. There's a couple of names I don't recognize as well. popping off at the moment. Let's see, who did we raid into recently? So we had a raid in from Lean, we went out to Meerbyte. We've been to Dinos, Xenos. Let's see here, Gaz. It does look like I usually raid at about the same time, obviously, so same people arrive. But yeah, it sounds like it's up to another Gaz time. It is up for another Gaz. And I have got absolutely no problem with doing that. Let's grab the raid right here. There we are. Raid is up and running. So I'll be live again on a Friday with some more not Warframe, as is standard for a Friday. And otherwise, if you're not around for that, hopefully I'll see you on Sunday for some more Warframe itself. In the meantime, have a good rest of your week. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.